Welcome to Debunker Podcast, where we discuss topics concerning society and community.
Yes, I am Dane.
I am Jessie.
And I am Charmaine.
We are your lovely hosts for this episode. This episode generally tackles the rapid dissemination of false information, particularly in the social media among adults in Villanueva, Misamis Oriental.
Wow, an interesting topic to discuss.
Yeah, I agree.
To start the session, I noticed that most people in today's era are social media enthusiasts. We people tend to forget the real idea of socialization, which is the main aim of these platforms.
That's true, and we apparently overlook information that seems misleading to what is the truth by being unaware of with our actions.
I agree with you girls. However, we can blame those who share false information because there are several reasons and factors behind those actions.
Agree. As young adults of this community, Dane and Jazz, are you once a victim of false information?
Of course, I guess we've all been there, young and naive.
Yeah, true. You're right, Dane. No one is safe with false information posted online.
Yeah, I too. I cannot deny the fact that we all have been there. I couldn't agree more with Dane that we are once young and naive.
Speaking of young and naive, as a grown woman, how does it affect you professionally and personally?
Well, for me, it really has a big impact on my personal and professional life. Personally, false information affects our views and integrity as an individual who is striving to have a better future. In a professional manner, your name will be at stake when you accidentally or unintentionally share something that is not true on your social media accounts. I feel like people will be doubting your intellectual capacity after that.
Yeah, and as a grown woman, it affects me both professionally and personally because it attacks my mental health. It gives me the urge to be responsible for what I share and absorb in my mind. Because what you choose to believe in will identify your truth. And I would want my truth to be based on facts, not just hearsays.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you, both of you girls. It's kind of difficult to maintain a reputation in social media platforms because people will have their own perspective and judgment.
Yeah.
Social media world is very diverse. Whatever we do or let them see will affect our lives personally and professionally.
Well, that's true. So my question is, how do we find out that a certain context bears false information? Because as you can see in every social media platform, people are being sarcastic and fond of memes, and users with no idea of digital media literacy will think that it's true.
For me, personally, I have techniques. Whenever I see context that people made fun of, I double check it. I double check the graphic, how the message is delivered, you know?
Certainly, I always also check the sources of information if it's legit.
Yeah, it's very important to deliberately check the sources and context of the information before sharing it with other people. But I believe not all that is legit in the sense of digital media engaged should be shared.
I get your point, Dane. And some information is better left unshared, you know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, moving forward, what are the actions that we need to do to stop someone from spreading false information?
With that, we simply debunk the source of the false information and hand them with facts, but do not belittle them, you know?
I actually have an acronym for that. I call it FAKE. Fact checking before sharing. Assess the caution rather than emotion. Know the agenda of the context and examine the source.
Wow, this discussion is getting more exciting and informative.
Yeah, I know, right? This time, I want to hear your opinions on what you think are the reasons why some people spread or practice false information.
Well, in my own opinion, people who know digital media literacy are more likely to become victims of disinformation.
I agree with that.
And I agree with that. I also believe that people do not intend to share a legitimate information coming from fake sources. It's just that they are unaware of what is a fact between an opinion.
I also noticed that people are becoming more attached or focused on their biases, especially in politics and their
Yeah.
fan-based celebrities,
Very relevant
rather than
now.
scrutinize the actual context.
Right. There are also people who actually get paid by posting misleading information.
And the fact that it's getting more rampant in social media.
Yeah.
This has been a very serious issue in today's generation.
Absolutely. There are actually several accounts that I know are potentially accountable in terms of spreading fake information across social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and so on.
Yeah.
These are Banat News TV, PH News Ngayon, and Philippine Daily Sun, which are all pretending to be an authorized media broadcasting company.
Yeah.
And if people will not become cautious of the content, it will be keep on spreading all over the social media platforms.
Yes. I know. That is why we are here to correct them by disproving their claims. Now, as a media and digital literate, what is your advice to adults like you to prevent this kind of action?
To young adults out there, do not settle for a single source. Look for other sources that can justify the information you have discovered.
Right. Be a responsible social media user because what you allow to happen today will manifest to your future generations.
Yeah, I agree. And also, by being a responsible netizen, you must not be frightened to correct others and help them identify right from wrong.
Perfectly said, Charm. It's nice to have discussions like this that we can not only relate to but also ponder.
Yeah, exactly, Dane. And to wrap up our discussion in today's episode, may I ask, what are your takeaways? Let's start with you, Jazz.
For me, my takeaway is not in this topic is to become an effective activist of the truth. You must first start with yourself by sharing only the right information.
Yeah, for me, it's easy to agree to the information that is presented to you online rather than verify and become reasonable. However, the threats that it may incur will forever affect your life and the life of your future generation. So, before sharing anything online, think critically, investigate, and be aware of your own impact.
And for me, my greatest takeaway in this topic is related to my mantra in life, which is to always be sensitive and accountable to what I say, I share, and I absorb. Because there is no one who will be affected greatly by my action and decisions but me. Wow, thank you so much
Thank
for the
you
knowledge
so
and
much.
wisdom.
Thank you so much also,
My dear
everyone, for
host for
sharing.
today.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
I have a lot of things that I've learned from this episode, so I'm so grateful.
See you in another episode.
Yeah, bye.
So this brings us to the end of our podcast. See you in the next episode, Debunkers.
Together, let's fight against false information.
This is the Debunkers Podcast.
Be vigilant.
Be wise.
And think fact.
Bye.
Bye 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 bye.
Bye, guys. See you in another episode.